Hi guys, this is your weekly horoscope. It's really nice to be with you today. And I've had a look at this week. It looks like a really positive week. So it's about goodwill and positive relationships with other people, which is really nice considering the time of year that we're in and with the build up to Christmas and everything. So this is your weekly horoscope for Monday the 11th of December going through until Sunday the 17th of December. Now on Monday the 11th, we've got the moon going into Libra at 2 minutes past 5 in the morning. So it's going to be in Libra for the whole day. And the moon in Libra is really a placement that makes you very comfortable being around other people and really not taking things too seriously. And if there are little kind of uncomfortable moments or awkward silences, you can kind of smooth those over very easily and quickly, and you can bring together this sense of community. You can make everyone feel happy and comfortable, and there really is very little room for conflict or argument, so that's amazing. Now, the Libra moon also sextiles Venus in Sagittarius, and Venus is the planet of love and beauty and creativity, and in Sagittarius, she really just wants to have fun. Venus isn't particularly responsible or reliable in Sagittarius. She wants to explore and meet new people and go on adventures and enjoy herself and really just make the most of things. So on Monday the 11th of December, there's a really genuine sense of goodwill in the air. You'll feel positive, you'll see the good in other people, and you'll be able to have fun and to go on adventures with others. So if you're working, you'll have a good time at work. If you are lucky enough to have the day off, or if you can make your own schedule, it's really a great time to surround yourself with other people and to really just enjoy the best side of things with other people. Being able to do things together, not kind of counseling each other or working through difficulties. Going to restaurants, going to theme parks, going shopping, having a meal, enjoying yourself, just sitting down and chatting. All of those just really simple, everyday, fun things. Now on Tuesday the 12th of December, we have the moon still in Libra, so that's still very positive in terms of you and the connection with other people. It sextiles the sun in Sagittarius. Now the sun in Sagittarius, again, is really fun. It's about going on adventures and exploring and discovering uncharted territory. And it's really about how do we move forward, how do we look to the future, and how do we enjoy ourselves. It also sextiles Mercury in Sagittarius. Now Mercury is the communication planet, and it rules Gemini and Virgo. In Virgo, it's very serious and it likes to analyze contracts and make sure they're all correct. In Gemini, it loves to express itself and it loves to share information and it loves to present and it likes to explore new ways of thinking about things. In Sagittarius, again, Mercury doesn't focus on the details or doesn't stand there and present its own wisdom. It wants to enjoy itself. It wants to progress and find out things that haven't been discovered yet and things that are interesting. And it even possibly likes to, talk about things that are amusing and tell jokes and that bring people out of their shell and to take them to new places where they can enjoy themselves and where they can really just have a little bit of fun. It's not focused on the details. So if you are someone who has to, at this time of the month, on Tuesday the 12th here, if you have to be really rigid and serious and you have to make sure everything is in place, you're going to have to work a little bit harder to concentrate. But for everyone else who is got the luxury of kind of having a little bit of fun and enjoying themselves, the astrology really supports that. And if you're someone who's lacking fun in your life, or if you don't have enough of that on a day-to-day basis, this is a really positive week where you can inject some fun into your life. Now, the Sun and Mercury, both in Sagittarius, they actually conjunct each other. So they sit together and they blend their energy together. So the Sun is your identity, that's in Sagittarius, and it wants to go out and enjoy itself. The communication planet, same thing. It wants to discover new things, new places, tell new jokes. And the fact that they're sitting together really makes this super positive, and you'll feel amazing here on Tuesday. Now, also we've got the Libra moon opposing Uranus in Aries. So you don't need to do everything solo. You don't want to do things solo. You don't need to pit your will against someone else. And you naturally are able to let go of things that under normal circumstances you wouldn't be able to let go of. So if someone says it's the wrong thing and if you're like the kind of person where you're sensitive and people have to kind of watch what they say around you, because if they say one wrong thing, then that's it with you and it's like, forget it. Even you are able to forget about those kind of things, to give people the benefit of the doubt and to just have fun. It's not about I am right and you're wrong. It's about how can we come together despite our differences and enjoy ourselves. So Tuesday, you may have the desire to get away from it all and to escape. It's a busy time of year anyway. I mean, if you've been out and about shopping, I went to Bath last week, and I went really early in the morning thinking it would be quiet. It was heaving. So if you're living in a city or if you're out and about, you'll know how busy it is, and that when people are like bumping into each other and they're trying to scramble for Christmas presents and stuff, there can be a little bit of annoyance. But really, astrologically, this week is really helping us because people are going to be much friendlier than they usually are. So situations that you have been working on for a while, though, that are negative and that refuse to change or that refuse to alter, even though you've thrown everything positive that you've got at them, may become tiresome to you, because really you're feeling optimistic, you're feeling upbeat, you want to have a good time. And if there's someone or something in your life that is just consistently negative and annoying and a downer, you're not going to have a lot of patience for that, and you're going to be like, see ya, I'm off doing something fun. And that's okay, because you don't get to have fun all the time either. You know, you have to work, you've got responsibilities, you worry about bills and your health at times. You've been given a week here and a couple of days where you really are able to just let loose and to enjoy yourself. So make sure you use that opportunity and don't let anyone drag you down. So you may feel the need to leave behind the old and to start something fun and new, and there's nothing wrong with that. And this is the time to do it, to really just enjoy yourself and to let go of the things that are kind of bogging you down and holding you back. On Wednesday, the 13th of December, the moon goes into Scorpio at 2 p.m. So big change. Okay, so up until 2 p.m, it's still in Libra, so light and air and fluff. And in the traditional astrology chart, I don't mean that Libras are fluff and superficial. I don't mean that. It just means that it's much lighter than Scorpio. In the traditional astrology chart, Libra rules the 7th house, which has to do with relationships and coming to terms with people and really being able to create wonderful, positive relationships. Scorpio rules the 8th house, and the 8th house, it has to do with institutions and red tape and bureaucracy and death. Scorpio is the sign that really takes things much deeper and makes things much more serious. So this is a big shift when the moon goes from Libra into Scorpio at 2 o'clock. I think out of all of the signs, the Libra-Scorpio shift is the one that can often be most jarring, because we're going from up here and we're diving down to the emotional core. It's like being up in the third eye and throat chakra and then moving into the heart chakra and the solar plexus. And Scorpio being the root chakra as well, we're going down much, much deeper. So it's just that there's a bigger shift in terms of where we're coming from and where we're going. Now, the Scorpio moon also conjuncts, so it blends and mixes its energy with Mars in Scorpio. And again, in traditional astrology, Mars rules Scorpio. So traditional astrologers say Mars loves Scorpio and is very happy there. In my opinion, Mars is the male principle, and the astrology works on stereotypes and on archetypes, rather. Archetypes is better than stereotypes. And the archetype of a man is that he's strong, that he builds things, that it's about getting rid of problems, constructing things, making things happen, and taking action in the world, correct? I mean, that's archetypally what we associate with men. And Mars rules Aries, which is the ram. So Mars in Aries is like the emperor in the tarot. He's a leader, he gets things done, he's in charge, he's the boss. He overcomes obstacles and he puts things in place. When Mars is in Scorpio, Mars is forced to kind of look at the emotional side of things and to engage with emotional problems. And I don't feel that Mars likes that as much, because Mars likes to move ahead and progress like Sagittarius does, you know? Sagittarius likes to gallop along. And what I like about Sagittarius, sorry, I'm getting a little bit off track here, but I just want to say this about Sagittarius, is that it represents kind of, because Sagittarius is the centaur, so it's the bottom half of the centaur is the horse, and then the top is the man. And that kind of represents our animalistic nature, our nature that it has to do with just wanting to move forward in the world. And Mars in Scorpio can't do that. It has to dive down. It looks at the truth of the situation. It looks at the hidden things. And with Mars being what it is, you know, it would be much softer and gentler if Venus was in Scorpio, for instance. Because Venus would look at these difficult things and say, oh, okay, this is hidden, but I love it. Mars is this very critical male eye. So on Wednesday, the mood alters drastically here and it becomes much more serious. So you may be held accountable for something that you've neglected to address over the last couple of days because you've been having so much fun. So if you've skipped out on your responsibilities, you may be pulled up on that today. And your reaction ought to be realistic. That's what Mars in Scorpio is going to help you with, because it's going to allow you to see the truth. Not what you'd like to see, or not what story you've told yourself. So the natural, if someone calls you out on something, if someone kind of says, hang on a minute, you did that wrong, for a lot of people, the natural reflex and the natural response is to become defensive and to say, well, hang on a minute, look at you. You know, that's a lot of people's natural gut instincts, is to retaliate and to say, before you criticize me, have a good look at yourself, you know. If you're pointing at me, remember that 3 fingers are pointing back at you. I mean, people use that all the time. So if someone calls you up on things, and if someone says, listen, you didn't actually finish this project that you were supposed to because you were off discoing at the local nightclub, then before you launch into this giant defense on why you're responsible and why this person has absolutely no right to criticize you, then check whether they're right first. Have you neglected to do things? And if you have, then it's okay to just say, oh, okay, do you know what? I put my hands up. I could have done more. I have been off enjoying myself. I will address this right now. And that's the end of it. And if you take that approach on Wednesday, you're not going to get into anything. That other person will then back off and say, okay, I've said my piece. Issue is resolved as far as I'm concerned. Finished. But if you get defensive about it and you say, how dare you tell me that I'm not doing my job properly because 5 years ago I saw you taking a lunch break that was 35 minutes instead of 20. So don't ever talk to me like that, okay? So don't do that. If you've done something wrong, admit it and it'll go away. Poof. Okay? Thursday, the 14th of December, we have the Scorpio moon still now conjuncting Jupiter in Scorpio. And that's really nice and positive because a conjunction, like I said, is when 2 planets move together. And Mars in Scorpio is serious. The moon in Scorpio makes you more comfortable with looking at the emotional side of things and diving down. But Jupiter is the good luck planet and the planet of good fortune. So now we're in this more emotional period and now it's starting to feel fun. Now it's starting to be enjoyable to look at the emotional side of things and to get to the truth of the matter, which on Wednesday, it really wasn't that fun. So this is really positive now. On Thursday, the 14th, the Scorpio moon also sextiles Pluto in Capricorn and it trines Neptune in Pisces. So big disclaimer, highlight Thursday the 14th, really, really important. one of the most romantic days of this December season. If you've been manifesting or trying to manifest the dream partner, it's likely that he or she is going to appear on this day, Thursday the 14th. So again, if you're having some sort of Christmas do or event, congratulations. It's a really, really good day to really enjoy yourself with someone and to meet someone new and to have a good time. But with Pluto in Capricorn, watch out for that because it can be life-changing. So that can go both ways, right? 'Cause that's a double-edged sword. So let's say you're at the Christmas party and like at a lot of Christmas parties, you drink too much and you end up in the photocopier room with the boss and you're in a kind of compromised position, and then it changes your whole job because you feel uncomfortable going back into the office the week later because you've now slept with the boss, and it's like, I'm gonna have to change my job because I can't tolerate this anymore. That would be bad. But if you're out and about and you meet someone and there's a genuine spark and a romantic connection, and there's nothing wrong with that, and you meet and you connect and you hit it off and it leads to something else, then that can change your life because you can go from single to being partnered, and that's positive. So it is a really romantic, positive day. There's sparks are flying. It just depends on how you use it. So make sure you use that romantic kind of sexual energy in a responsible way that doesn't cause you problems, like the first example, and you use it in a way that's positive and that you can do something with it, and that's going to enrich your life in future. Friday the 15th of December, we have Mercury in Sagittarius conjuncting Venus in Sagittarius. So now these two are both, earlier in the week, they just wanted you to party and enjoy yourself and to have fun. They still do. Mercury in Sagittarius doesn't want to concern itself with details, it wants to progress. Venus in Sagittarius likes variety, and variety is the spice of life. So in the morning it wants to go to Café Rouge and have a croissant and enjoy itself there. Then at lunch it wants to go on a shopping excursion. In the afternoon it may want to go on some sort of guided tour, and in the evening it wants to have a romantic dinner on a boat going down some river with candles and everything's wonderful. Okay, that's what Venus in Sagittarius would love. A day of indulgence and fun and lots of different activities and enjoying itself. However, and we have a big however here, we have the moon in Scorpio we have the moon in Scorpio still, and that gives you that emotional depth, but that trines Chiron, and Chiron is the asteroid in Centaur, which is known as the wounded healer in the astrology. So this adds a kind of emotional element to all of this now. And Friday the 15th is an interesting day now in the sense that you'll be aware of your own pain, your own emotional pain, especially from the past. That can lead to you throwing yourself a pity party. And the combination of that pity party, then with the two kind of party planets at the moment, Mercury and Venus being in Sagittarius, can then allow you to justify just about anything. Okay? So I'm in pain. 2017 has been really difficult for me. I feel really emotionally distraught and upset. So with Mercury and Venus now on my side, I'm entitled to cheat on my partner or to behave really badly or to act out in whatever way because I deserve it. I deserve to make myself feel better. So Friday is really a day to watch out for because you may, if you feel, this applies to people who feel emotional pain, who feel like they've been hard done by in a sense, and who throw themselves a pity party. And if you know, the pity party is on one extreme, the other extreme is like, I'm allowed to do whatever I want because poor me. Poor me, I've had a rough time, so I get to amuse myself, no matter what the consequences are. So remember that on Friday, that if you feel hard done by and you act out, that the consequences of that are going to be much worse and that you're going to have an even worse pity party to deal with, because once you've cheated with your partner and that comes out, then really you have something to be upset about, because then the relationship is over, for instance. Okay? So don't get too much into, woe is me, my life is so hard, therefore I get to drink 8 bottles of gin. Don't do it. Just try and maintain some balance on Friday the 15th. On Saturday the 16th, we've got the moon moving into Sagittarius at 8 minutes past 1 in the morning. Hooray. So it's in Sagittarius the whole day. And Sagittarius, again, like Venus and Mercury, is very much optimistic and looking at the future. And it's not pity party and Scorpio and looking at the deep, dark, hidden feelings. It's much more about taking action, enjoying yourself, and moving forward. The moon in Sagittarius then squares Neptune in Pisces, Neptune being the dream planet of manifestation. The sun is in Sagittarius, and that trines Uranus in Aries, and Uranus is the planet of rebellion and doing things independently, doing things in your own unique, special way. And that combines with the sun to give you a lot of personal power. So on Saturday, the 16th, you'll want to explore, you'll want to go out, you'll want to celebrate, and you'll want to have fun. Neptune, at the same time, is going to work its magic here in the background, and it's going to manifest positive things in your life to support this. So Saturday is an amazing day to just go out and do positive things, and by stepping out into the world is going to take one step towards you and is going to provide these wonderful positive things. So again, it's another day to really enjoy your friends, to enjoy having fun, to have the potential to meet a new romantic partner. So like Thursday, Saturday is really, really good for new romance, love, and relationships. And also because Neptune is at work here with all these positive energy, it's kind of magical. You know, it's like the best thing, we can manifest things and we can write lists. I want a partner who looks like this, and I want a wonderful house, and I want happiness with my children and good health and all of those things. But sometimes the best things in life are the things that we can't plan for, and the things that are miraculous, and the things that just are delivered to us on a silver platter. And Saturday is really a day where the universe just says, here you go, have something wonderful, enjoy it, have fun with it, and really make the most of the day. And again, it's another really great day. So we've had loads and loads and loads of positive, fun, and celebratory days here in this week. It really is an amazing week. We don't have a whole bunch of negative stuff to deal with, and it looks really, really good here in the lead up to Christmas. So that's great. Finally, on Sunday, the 17th of December, the Sagittarius moon conjuncts both Venus and Mercury in Sagittarius. So we've got 3 Sagittariuses now, more fun. And then at 1:35 p.m., so in the afternoon, middle of the day, the moon goes into Capricorn, which then again, like the shift from Libra to Scorpio, from Sagittarius to Capricorn, is we're going from adventure and exploration to becoming more serious and working in the here and now. You'll have dreams and desires being downloaded into your consciousness, motivating you for the future. And that's really nice, because we all need something to look forward to. We all need to have hope in our lives and something to kind of move towards. You know, if you're in a situation where you think, well, nothing's ever going to get better and everything is just the way it is and it's just going to get worse, then none of us would continue. Because, I mean, that would be incredibly depressing. And it's a good thing that we have energies like this new moon that gives us a kind of renewed sense of energy and hope for the future, that things can get better. So later on in the day, when the moon does change signs, you'll take those hopes and those dreams and those things that you've downloaded through that new moon in Sagittarius, and you hit the ground running to make those a reality. That's the great thing about Capricorn, is that it is the sign of the worker. It's very grounded, and whatever ideas it has, it works very hard to implement those ideas. So it's super, super useful, because if we didn't have Capricorn, it'd be one thing to have all of these wonderful notions and ideas, but if we never did anything about them, then so what? Who cares, right? Nothing would ever be implemented. We wouldn't get down to work and do the things that we want. So let's say a big thank you to Capricorn for making all of our dreams a reality by kind of rolling up our sleeves and actually doing the work. So that's what I get for you this week. Also, with the moon going into Capricorn on the 20th of December, so 3 days after Sunday, we've got a huge shift. We've got Saturn, the planet of structure, going into Capricorn on the 20th of December. And Saturn only changes signs once every 2.5 years. So it stays in Capricorn from the 20th of December this year, 2017, until the 21st of March, 2020. So that's really significant and important. And that's going to really make a change and help us when it comes to making decisions in future for the next 2 years and 4 months-ish. So if you haven't had a look at that video yet, check that out, because that's really going to make a big difference to our lives. That's what I get for you this week. I hope you find that useful and it gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. If you'd like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the Readings tab to order your reading, and in my private readings I use astrology, tarot and numerology, and the astrology chart gives me a blueprint of your soul. It shows me why you've come back into this lifetime, what your purpose is, your life purpose. It shows me what you're going to be good at work-wise. So each person is gifted with something, a talent, a skill that they can use to thrive on planet Earth. So we can look at what that is in your case. We can also look at obstacles that you have to overcome, why certain things happened that have kind of made you the person that you are today. And also by using the tarot and the predictive astrology, I can look at what's coming up in future. So what's coming up in your love life, family life, career, money, health, travel, moving, house sales, anything at all. I can also compare charts in terms of compatibility with partners. So if you're not quite sure if he or she is the one, then we can look at the charts and see whether those actually work well together, and whether that's something to pursue or to kind of keep an eye on a little bit. So if you're interested in any of that, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the Readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you next week.